Oh, sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I see a notice that says live, but there we go. Okay. Just took a second, and now we are live. Hooray! We've got 3 people on. Wonderful. Okay, so I'll just try to chop off the first 3 minutes where I was playing with the sound, and hopefully everything will work out. Hello. Welcome back. Well, I've been here, but hopefully this now works for you guys. Happy Friday. How are you doing with your goals? Leave me a comment down below if you would. Let me know how you're doing in your personal life and your business. So, Friday is usually the day that I use to recap what happened throughout the work week and what went on, what could have gone better, but what was good. So highs, I hate saying highs and lows because it just sounds boring. But I guess things that I accomplished, things that I could have done better, and plans for next week and the weekend and next week. So things that went great. I posted 2 videos this week, so that was wonderful. We streamed on Monday, which was great. I always love hanging out with you guys. And then we live streamed today, which was wonderful as well. I feel like my days are just kind of going by in a bit of a blur right now, so it's important for me to keep track of what actually happens. I'm having some celery. Hey Stephen, happy Friday to you too. How is it going? How are you doing? That's probably really loud, right? Alright. I will not have more than 1 piece of this. I've just been craving celery. Good. Happy to hear you are very well. I'm doing very well too. It's crazy busy, but good. So, what did we do? Oh, really? Was that just this week? Good Lord. So Monday we were in Delaware. This is sort of a week recap. As I chomp on my celery, pardon me. How rude. Okay. So Monday we were in Delaware, where I live streamed from Delaware. We drove back on Monday night. I remember because we got gas before we left, and the gas station was closing. We went to Costco, where gas is $3.68, which, number one, is just wild that it's that much, and I'm considering that like super cheap because normally it's like $4. But $3.68 at the Delaware Costco was amazing, and it was just closing at 9. So it was a bit of a mad dash to get there. Hey Daryl, I want to find your message. I just saw come up. 5 fall classes up and running, so crazy busy as well. It keeps you from spending. I hear ya. I am all about keeping busy. That is insane, Daryl. 5 fall classes. That's a lot. Excellent for you. Oh, I'm so glad you got to travel, right? We had wanted to travel. I had wanted to travel, but it just didn't work out with scheduling, and now it's not the best idea. I mean, I am crazy. Because I wouldn't care it. I would get on a plane, but I'm not supposed to get on a plane after this point in my pregnancy, so I'd just be like, whatever. If you have the kid in California or wherever you are, like, okay. I think part of it too is because I'm dealing with some dissatisfaction over, not dissatisfaction, I'm just kind of accepting things that aren't exactly what I would have wanted preference-wise as far as the birth goes, but it's fine. And I'm like, not looking for alternatives, but I guess I'm not tied to being here. So I all of that to say I wanted to travel, and I hope to travel very soon. Yeah, so that's where that is. So Tuesday we were back in New York, but it's just, I've been wondering like what day it is all day. or all week. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? So it hasn't felt like a normal week at all, which is fine. There's no such thing as a normal week. When we were in Delaware, actually, it was exciting. We went to look at some houses in areas that we're looking at, sort of up and coming areas in Delaware. So that was cool. What do we do on Wednesday? Slept, man. I had just been sleeping all morning, so I haven't really been waking up to get after it, which is kind of frustrating. I'm like, oh well. But I have been doing things, which is good. So what have I been doing? I filmed and edited that video last week. I am in the process of editing a video for this week. And so this is a freezer cooking video. Oh, so frustrating. It's not frustrating, it's just a lot of material to get through. So those are the two things. And then yesterday, I posted a video kind of casually, ad hoc, off the cuff, on my budget update and what I'm doing to stick to the budget, make my money last the month. So I was in New Jersey. I took my mom to the airport it was a crazy early wake up, and I figured I'd just sleep at home and then go grab her. So I left at 3:50 a.m. She had a 7:55 flight, so I was in Jersey by 4. And then we got to, no, I was in Jersey by 5, and then we got to the airport at 6. And then I came back and was able to, thank you to whoever liked the stream. Excellent. Please, if you can, give me a like, thumbs up. It's really helpful to the algorithm. So I was back in New Jersey by like 7:45. I slept from like 7:45 to 8:45-ish. Then woke up and had 2 meetings. This is yesterday, 2 work meetings back to back. And then ran a bunch of errands. So I had some returns to do. Got some groceries, some non-perishable groceries. I got pasta. So I guess it's always good to have some pasta on hand for a quick, easy dinner. And then I picked up an item from Facebook Marketplace. I had really wanted the Kikaroo peanut changer because I've heard good things. And I figured the sooner you have that, the better, because the kid will always, I mean, the sooner you can use it for changing, the more use you get out of it. So happy to pick that up for 60% off retail, which is great. And then I came back, I picked up Burger King and came back. I actually also stopped at the Dollar Tree and scored when it came to organization, so that was good. So yesterday was just more of an errand, kind of life administration day. And today I am doing some internal business work. So I'm working on editing that one video, the freezer cooking video for next week. So next Tuesday-ish, Monday, Tuesday. I haven't decided which day I'm going to publish it. Let me know if you have a preference on Monday or Tuesday for publishing. I'd appreciate your feedback. So, because normally I go by analytics and how many of my viewers are on YouTube, but that doesn't always correlate to what time is best for people to actually watch the video. So it doesn't really matter, but it's an interesting stat to track. So I'm doing that. I'm also listening to some training materials that I purchased earlier in the year and just never got around to finishing. And I'm just now realizing that I never finished, specifically in regard to money and money mindsets and having a healthy money mindset. So that's because that is something I know that I need to work on. And it's so important because I won't grow externally until I grow internally. And I know this so clearly. I don't think that I have a lot of limiting beliefs. I mean, I must have if I haven't really done what I have set out to do. I think that my main problem when it comes to money is this. So this is my main problem when it comes to money, is that number one, I probably do have some limiting, blocking beliefs in regard to how much money I can have, how much money is safe for me to have. So that's certainly there. Number two, I have blocks as far as, again, how much money is safe for me to have and make and receive. And that's a big thing, because if I won't grow until I deal with those blocks. And I guess number three is I have some ideas on how I'm going to receive that money or how I'm going to make that money. I simply haven't committed to them. And I'm looking back through old, like notebooks literally that I started this year, so not that old, and things that I've done. I just haven't promoted them or haven't carried them through and haven't stayed consistent in that promotion and persevered. Because I have a product, like I have this 12-week workbook that I created for transformation. I just haven't actually gone on and promoted it. And that's always been my challenge, is promoting myself, A, knowing what I'm good at, and B, promoting it and standing strong in that. So that's something that I am working on. So those three things: clearing limiting beliefs about money, clearing beliefs about how much money is safe for me to have, and then having a clear, defined purpose and strategy, committing to it, and then recommitting if it's not working. So that's what I'm working on in regard to money and changing my money mindset and status. So that's my main problem with money, and because I am someone who believes very strongly in the power of mindset and intention and manifestation, but it's also useless unless you put action behind it. So those are the two things that I aim to sort of bring together. And I think part of me is feeling like, oh, I've got this kid coming. Like, I feel like my life's going to change, and it will. But I'm like, I just want to get started now. I'm also realizing that now everything is happening at the perfect time, and everything will unfold in the perfect way. This is the ideal time, because I look at this sort of the next couple months when all of the marketing is going to go haywire for programs and growth and all that. And I will simply look at this time as a groundwork time for myself. If I feel like doing some decent hard, work, great, I can certainly do that. But I don't have to, and I'm going to really be, I hate saying that, be patient with myself. Not sorry, just really thirsty. Be patient with myself during this time. Be patient and intentional. I think those are the two bywords. Let me say them again. My two bywords are to be patient and intentional. So that's what I got. So my plans for this weekend are the following. Plans for this weekend. Or I guess the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend. I've got to clean the bathroom, got to organize the laundry room. Hopefully looking for rugs at Bed Bath & Beyond. Finish the freezer cooking video and start working on the small business recap. So very excited to start working on the small business review and everything I've done so far for my small business, the two small businesses, because it will really force me to get intimate, to get familiar, I guess, to acknowledge as well things that I've done. Hey, Daryl, be gentle with yourself. You're amazed that you're doing this much as close as you are to having a baby. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. And I go back and forth between giving myself a little credit and being like, yeah, like I'm doing okay for you know, cooking a kid, feeling like I'm nowhere near where I want to be in life. You know, that's the struggle and the tension, I guess, and it's productive. Saying, man, I wish I had achieved XYZ. I want to achieve XYZ, which is actually something that I'm actually going to use to my advantage, and saying, okay, you wanted to achieve XYZ. What is XYZ? Like, by this point in my life, I would have wanted to pull down 6 figures. Like, and that's the thing that to get comfortable with, that's something I'm gonna have to get comfortable with change and with growth and moving and learning new things and working with new people and building new relationships, because that is very challenging for me. I am not someone that does that quickly or easily, and that's okay. If I want XYZ, I will have to do ABC, and that's simply what it is. And I think that this weekend, one of the main things I want to do is sit down and map that out and say, what do I actually want, and what am I actually willing to do to get it? That's a good topic, I think. What do I actually want, and what am I willing to do to get it? I think that's always something to consider. Because I know that the choices and the decisions and the actions I take now will have consequences, will yield results in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time. And that's what I want. And I have never in my life wished that I had slowed down. Like, that's something interesting about me. I have never wished that I had taken a little time, and I wish that I enjoyed the moment more, and I wish that I would have relaxed a little bit more about worrying about the future, but I've never thought, oh, I wish I hadn't taken that action. That's just something about my personality, is I've always been very action-oriented. So I've never regretted taking an action, I'll put it that way. I've regretted not taking an action. I've regretted not doing more. Yeah, exactly. Jesus, that is so true. 6 figures in California, it feels like just keeping your head above water, as opposed to in lower cost of living states. It's insane. And New York, Manhattan is exactly the same. And the anxiety that comes with that is high, which is, again, one of the big reasons I want to leave. I just want to go. Because everything is remote, like all the opportunities are remote anyway, so not why bother, but there's no reason to be living here. Yet, yes, it's very, quote, cool. I feel like I've had my fill of cool. I'm ready to just be luxurious and normal. Because the houses that we're looking at are decent houses. Which has always been a dream. That's always been a dream of mine. Like, I would rather live in a gorgeous house in a lower cost of living state than in a small house in a higher cost of living state. Like, that's always been sort of my preference. And yet I've ended up in these really high cost of living areas. Just kind of, not by chance, but by what happened. My family lived in New Jersey, and now my husband lives in New York, so that's how that happened. So I'm excited that our kid will be born in well, depending on what happened, our kid may be born in Manhattan. We'll see. As of right now, our child will be born in New Jersey. The plan is for the child to be born in New Jersey. I'm not thrilled about that. The child will come home to Manhattan and I guess spend their first few weeks, months, years in Manhattan. Their first address will be in Manhattan. How about that? Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Daryl, yes, you chose geo arbitrage and moved to a lower cost of living state and brought your 6-figure income with you. That is a dream. That is the smartest thing, in my opinion, that someone can do. I think that's brilliant. So hats off to you. Daryl, you have such a cool story. Oh, I know. Geo arbitrage. Where are you? North Carolina? Remind me. Are you in North Carolina, Daryl? I'd actually requested information about the university that you teach at. Actually, let me look it up again. Because I would actually love to have an MBA. And someone I really look up to is Frugal Fit Mom. And she has a degree in, I guess, not exercise science, but some type of physical education, something. And just got her MBA as well. Yeah, Fayetteville State University. Excellent. Yes. Broadwell College of Business and Economics at Fayetteville State University. #1 best affordable online accredited MBA programs. Submission of official transcripts, $50 application fee. I'm really interested in that. But again, I don't know what would be. Hey, Anthony, how are you? Happy that you made it. I mean, why not? What doors would that open, having an MBA? I don't know. Becoming a student about us. What would I be able to do with an MBA that I couldn't do without an MBA? I mean, I'm sure there are tons of things. I'm just wondering. I would like to do that. Oh my gosh, guys. I just get really tired all of a sudden. I'm just sitting here. It's not like I'm doing anything taxing. Good Lord. Whew. But yeah, so that's something I'm interested in looking into. But at the moment, the main thing I gotta do is get my income up and sit down and decide what I'm willing to do in order to get what I want, what I would like to have. A lot of people in California choose geo arbitrage, yes, selling their homes and buying in a cheaper state, yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Couponing with Grace, hey, how are you? Hi to you. You do not need, exactly, you do not need an MBA to invest in real estate, yes. That's actually something that I am kind of casually, very, very quietly looking into. There is a girl here on YouTube, I forget what her name is. She had mentioned that she invested. Texas has been a popular destination. Interesting. I did not know that, Stephen. Let me find her. I haven't checked it. I think Rachel is her first name. She has like massive student loan debt, and she decided to invest in real estate actually during the pandemic. Let me check. Aw. I'm watching all these people sharing their nursery tours. Ooh, I love this. So lately what I've been watching is a lot of organizing, a lot of planning. Organizing and planning is mainly what I've been watching. It's very calming. Let me try to find her because I just found her. I'm looking for her in my subscriber. Canadian, I think. What's Canadian? Jesus. Who's Canadian? Rachel Hickey? Is that her? I think that might be her. Yes. Yes, that's so funny. Yeah, we all watch the same people. Arizona's a good place to invest. Oh, interesting. You invested last year at a good time. Very cool. Couponing Grace. I think that's her. She lives in Florida, right? Yes, that is her. Yep. Yep. And she's got like, she bought a property for like $40,000 and it's cash flowing like $400,000. She went through a lot to get that property though. So yes, that's exactly her. That is her. And she's like a scientist, working as she's a chemist. She lives in the Northeast. Yes, she does. I forget if it's like, if she's in New England or maybe she is in New England. I thought at one point she was in Florida. She's got a very clearly defined goal. she wants to be able to adopt all the animals and go back to working in like conservation, I think is what she was doing, which, man, I respect that. We all watch, we do, yes. Sorry, it's a work thing. But that's really cool because she hates being stuck in an office and just wants to get out. And that's a really powerful motivation. Yeah, New England, I think. For me, I guess I feel really fortunate that I have this comfortable life. I think that having a vision of the next step will be even greater for me. I know that having a vision for the next step will really help propel me forward as I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing that. So I think that's really important to have. What does the next, I hate saying season, there's such catchphrase, buzzwords. So yes, having a very clear vision of what I would like for the next phase of my life will be helpful, I know. So that is what I'm doing. And again, so I mentioned in my video yesterday that my main goal now is to just stop the bleeding tie the knot, draw the line as far as my debt goes, and work on paying it off in the new year. Although that may change. I would love for that to change and be able to work toward paying that off sooner. We'll see how it shakes out with maternity leave and how that all goes. I don't know, but I'm not making any plans to pay anything off this year. Although, I mean, incremental, $10 here, $30 here adds up. So we'll see how that goes. So plans for the weekend are to get that content done and get it edited, continue organizing, and then sit down and spend some serious time. I think I might start with that, sit down and spend the serious sort of mental time to think about what I want the next phase of my life to look like, what I'm moving towards, and what I'm willing to do in order to get it. Oh, flippin' A. Yeah, Jesus, I saw that. I didn't even think of that. Good Lord. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't... Actually, I'm going to look into ways to not avoid that, but I wonder. Because I'm going to be going on maternity leave. I don't know if I'll be able to use that as like a reason. Actually, I think that's a really good reminder, Jesus. I should look at that today. So thanks, adding that to my list. I'm sweating, not sweating. It's not worth it. It's not worth sweating over. But I'm adding that to my list of things to do. It's a dumb thing to let mess up your life. Okay. All right, guys. It's been great hanging out with you as always. I hope to see you guys on Monday. That's the plan. I'll try to toss up a notice about that for Monday. So I look forward to checking in with you then, or soon if the next time we chat. So thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye. No, it's true. It's no worries, Jesus. It's a good thing to do. Thank you, Stephen. 15. Oh my gosh, Daryl. Ugh. It's painful, but it's what you gotta do that got you to where you are, right? Yeah. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.